You think buying a Samsung soundbar is an upgrade? Wrong, unless you avoid these 8 hidden mistakes that destroy your setup, your wallet, and your Atmos experience. I wish I knew this before spending $1,200 on a Samsung soundbar. Stay locked in, because mistake number 8? It's the silent killer that ruins Dolby Atmos without you even noticing. Mistake number 1. Choosing a premium soundbar without knowing your room. This is the number 1 reason most Samsung buyers never get the performance they paid for. They throw down $1,000 plus on models like the Q990D or Q800D, expecting cinematic immersion. But here's the ugly truth. If your room is small, has low ceilings, or no reflective surfaces, you're wasting money on speakers that will never perform right. Samsung's top-tier soundbars rely heavily on bounce-based audio, especially for Dolby Atmos height effects. That means if your walls or ceilings aren't at the right angles or distances, the sound never bounces correctly. You'll end up with flat, unimpressive audio, and wonder why Atmos sounds better on your friend's cheaper setup. The fix? Before buying, understand your room's layout. Measure ceiling height, check wall materials, avoid open-concept rooms with high ceilings, or else, even the best Samsung soundbar will fail you. Mistake number 2. Falling for the wattage and channel count marketing trap. 1.1.4 channels. 656 watts of power. Samsung slaps these numbers across their boxes like trophies. But guess what? Most buyers have no clue what they actually mean, and get tricked into buying the wrong model. Here's the truth they don't advertise. A high channel count means more speaker drivers, but not necessarily better sound quality. And wattage. It's not about loudness, it's about power distribution, which can vary wildly between models. Some 3.1.2 systems outperform bloated 1.1.4 setups because they have better tuning, cleaner amplification, and tighter bass. Don't get hypnotized by specs. What matters more is driver size, placement flexibility, built-in up-firing performance, tuning quality, like Q-Symphony and SpaceFit Sound Pro. Just because a soundbar has more channels doesn't mean it can fill your room with immersive sound. Many Samsung buyers overpay for numbers that deliver zero real-world advantage. Mistake number 3. Ignoring the source device compatibility. So you bought a Samsung soundbar with Dolby Atmos, right? But you're streaming Netflix on your TV, and wondering why it sounds average? Here's the bombshell. Most people never get true Dolby Atmos output from their content, because they're using incompatible streaming devices, wrong HDMI ports, or outdated settings. Samsung soundbars need a full HDMI eARC pass-through to unlock Dolby Atmos in its true lossless form. And if your TV doesn't support eARC, or your content is playing through something like a Fire Stick without Atmos pass-through, you're not hearing Atmos at all. Just compressed surround sound at best. Real Dolby Atmos requires a TV with HDMI 2.1 eARC, a source like Apple TV 4K, Xbox Series X, or Nvidia Shield, high-quality streaming apps that actually output Atmos, like Disney Plus or Netflix Premium. If your chain is broken at any point, Atmos dies, and nobody tells you. Many Samsung users never realize they're listening to downgraded sound on a premium bar. Mistake number 4. Expecting deep bass without the right subwoofer setup. Let's be honest. Samsung soundbars promise powerful bass, but in reality, many users complain about muddy lows, delayed thumps, or booming distortion that ruins music and action scenes. Why? Because Samsung's wireless subwoofers are location-sensitive and setup-dependent. Put them in the wrong corner, or don't calibrate them using SpaceFit Sound Pro, and you'll get bloated, uncontrolled bass. Also, many buyers skip checking the sub's crossover settings in the SmartThings app. They leave it on default, and wonder why the sound lacks punch. And here's another surprise. Some Samsung bars like Q700C or Q600C don't even come with rear speakers or advanced subs. But people still expect earth-shaking bass. If you don't take time to properly place the subwoofer, avoid tight corners, calibrate it for room size, control bass via app EQ, then you'll never unlock the low-end power Samsung soundbars can offer. Mistake number 5. Overlooking software updates and app features. Think your soundbar works perfectly out of the box? Think again. Samsung constantly pushes critical firmware updates that fix bugs, improve sound profiles, and unlock new features. But here's what happens. Most buyers never connect their soundbar to Wi-Fi. They skip the SmartThings app. They never even know their Q990C or Q800D has better tuning available. So their soundbar stays stuck in default mode with mediocre balance and outdated features. They miss out on SpaceFit sound auto-calibration, Q-Symphony pairing, firmware improvements for rear channel sync, Atmos dropouts, or subwoofer delay. And worse, they blame the hardware, when in reality, a 5-minute update could fix their problem. Always connect your Samsung soundbar to Wi-Fi. Use the SmartThings app weekly to check for updates. Otherwise, you're using a premium product stuck in 2022 firmware mode. Mistake number 6. Thinking Samsung soundbars work the same on all TVs. This one burns the most buyers. They assume Samsung soundbars work the same across LG, Sony, Hisense, or budget TCL TVs. But only Samsung TVs unlock full Q-Symphony, which lets the TV's speakers sync with the soundbar for bigger sound. If you're pairing a Samsung Q990D with a Sony Bravia, for example, you're missing the Q-Symphony feature completely. Also, some TVs don't support eARC properly, 4K 120Hz pass-through, HDR10+, or Dolby Vision simultaneously with Atmos audio. So when you connect your new soundbar, you might find that your PS5 or Xbox gameplay lags, or your movie visuals stutter. Not because of the bar, but because of TV compatibility issues. Bottom line, if you're buying a Samsung flagship soundbar, pair it with a 2024 to 2025 Samsung QLED or OLED. Or else you'll lose half the features you paid for. Mistake number 7. Using wrong audio modes for the wrong content. Samsung gives you several audio modes. Standard, Surround, Game Pro, Adaptive Sound, DTS, X if supported. But most buyers don't test them. Or worse, leave it on standard permanently. That's a massive mistake. Each mode is tuned for different content. Adaptive sound is best for mixed content like YouTube, TV shows, or music. Surround mode widens the soundstage for movies. Game Pro boosts directional audio cues for shooters or open-world games. And here's the kicker. On some models, Standard bypasses most effects and only outputs 2.1 or 3.1 audio, not full Atmos or Surround. Also, without testing volume leveling features or night mode, you'll deal with dialogue being too quiet and explosions being too loud, ruining immersion. Pro tip: test each mode on real-world content. Don't rely on factory default. It's rarely optimized for your needs. Mistake number 8. Thinking rear speakers are optional. They're not. Let's break the biggest myth. If you're buying a Dolby Atmos Samsung bar without rear speakers, you're not really buying Atmos. Upfiring drivers can only do so much. They simulate height by bouncing sound off your ceiling, but you still need rear speakers to complete the 3D hemisphere. And yet, most Samsung bars below the Q990D don't come with rears. The Q800D, optional rear kit. The Q700C, same. Q600C, forget it. And here's the scam. Most people buy the soundbar, skip the rear kit to save money, then wonder why the sound feels front-heavy or flat. They blame the soundbar, not realizing they never completed the setup. If you want real Dolby Atmos, you need a subwoofer, upfiring front drivers, rear satellites, ideally with upfiring units too. Skipping rear speakers is like buying a car and leaving off the back wheels. Final suspense hook, don't miss this. You've now seen the 8 silent mistakes that ruin Samsung soundbars for thousands of users. But here's the dark truth. Most reviews won't tell you any of this. They just hype the specs, while you end up stuck with a broken experience. So here's the deal. Before you buy any Samsung soundbar, watch this video twice, measure your room, plan your setup, and avoid these 8 traps at all costs. Only then will you experience the cinematic Dolby Atmos experience Samsung promised.